So I wanna ramble a little bit about something. And what I'm thinking about is achievement, the success, if you like, achieving a goal. And I'm thinking that achievement is sometimes a long process, and it can be a boring process. It takes dedication and patience and effort, possibly over a long time, many years perhaps. But the end result tends to be worth it because you can use your result as a platform to do the things you want to do in life. So I'm proud to say, basically, that I'm glad that I was able to achieve many things in life, many significant things. I'm very happy to have done these things. It's been fulfilling and it's made me proud of myself. And it's a good way to be proud of the things you've done in life. And the thing I'm most glad to say is that I've achieved the things I wanted to achieve. And it's the way I got those things that I think matters. A simple example is I achieved fourth degree black belt in Taekwondo. Now you won't necessarily know what that means, but basically it's quite a senior rank and it involves a lot of skill and dedication and a lot of patience to achieve it. I don't know how long exactly, but I imagine it was a number of years. And I'm thinking that it's quite easy to be impatient in wanting to achieve something. And to see years of practice and ongoing effort, in some ways repetitive effort and hard effort, it's easy to see that as, in a negative way, to see that as onerous, to see it as not worthwhile in a way. And patience is so important in achievement because some things are difficult to achieve and that's just the way it is. And it's not always easy to be patient. But the end result is worth it. But sometimes it's difficult to appreciate that while you're in the midst of effort. So it's important to pass on to your children, I would say, the value of patience. And to understand that effort can be applied over a long period of time to produce worthwhile results. I think it's important to teach the understanding that success is not always fast and not always easy, and pass on how the benefit of the achievement can help you in life. In other words, try and pass on why effort matters and while even though it's difficult and you don't want to do it necessarily, the end result is worth it. Because it's natural in human nature to not do things that you find difficult necessarily, to avoid effort. Because it's easy to see hard effort as being needless. And it's not always easy to appreciate the goal and the reason that you're applying effort. I think it's important and valuable to pass on why effort is good, why hard work is valuable, even though it's easy to avoid, why you shouldn't avoid it. You should do what you have to do to achieve the goal. I think it's sometimes difficult to get children to appreciate goals, to understand how achievement is not generally easy, but it is worthwhile. Of course, children go through the education system and they just do it and apply themselves. But I think children generally don't see a goal in their education. I think they see education as more of a process. I think certainly in my education I was the same. Of course there are exams or qualifications at the end of the process, but they seem distant, far away, and that's not why I went to school, basically. I went to school because I enjoyed the process. Well, because I had to, obviously. But I did enjoy the process. So it is important to make the process enjoyable, even though the reason you're doing the thing is for the end result. But sometimes it has to be said, the process is not comfortable. It's not a nice thing. So you need to find enjoyment in the process, even while that sometimes it isn't enjoyable. You need to find a way to apply yourself, even when sometimes you may not want to. So it is important to keep the end result in mind and to understand the value of the end result. A GCSE or an A-level or a black belt if you're doing a martial art is not really the end result. It's a platform to other things. So the process needs to be enjoyable. You need to find a way to make the process enjoyable. And then use the end result to achieve other things. In some ways it's a difficult concept to pass on, but I think it definitely has value. I hope to be able to help my children to understand the value of effort and application and patience, and understand how the end result can help them in life. It's difficult to lose sight of the reason you're applying yourself and working so hard. It's difficult to be patient. So my advice is to help your children to understand how the end result can be a platform to do pretty much everything they want to do in life. I am hoping to be able to find that way, to find a way to pass on to my children the value of effort and application over a long time, even while it sometimes might not seem to be worthwhile. They don't understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. It's definitely worthwhile, I would say, to help children to understand that.